just as I got that song out of my head.
Put it back in your head, man.
Now I'm going to be on the metro heading back to the city. Sherman.
I am too, man. Yeah, dude. This is requested by James Moyner. You can make your midnight screenings request by going over to our Patreon. Click the link in the comments or in the description, and that'll take you to the blog post over there, where if you're a top tier contributor, you can make midnight screenings requests for us. And this one, oh, I was looking forward to watching this one again, man. I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. And I grew up on Hal Needham movies, especially Smokey and the Bandit, his other Burt movies, Megaforce as well. And this one, I remember really enjoying this when I was a kid. And I hadn't seen it since. There's a lot of Hal Needham stuff that I do revisit a lot. And this one, I wasn't like avoiding it over the years or anything like that. It's just one that I haven't revisited since I was really, really young. And watching it again, I still did get a lot of laughs out of this. This is a movie where it's an early Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. This is 1979.
Yeah.
And it is a live-action Looney Tunes cartoon. That is exactly what it is, from beginning to end.
All the way down to the Looney Tunes music.
Oh yeah, that plays later on. And it's a comedy western where Kirk Douglas is Cactus Jack, which I love the names in this, by the way. Cactus Jack. Ann-Margret is Charmin Jones. Her dad, Struther Martin, is Parody Jones. Arnold is Handsome Stranger.
Handsome Stranger.
I love it. And so it's Kirk Douglas is a bank robber who then Jackie Lam shows up and wants him to rob this wagon in which Handsome Stranger, played by Arnold, is transporting Ann-Margret. And Arnold is basically like a Lone Ranger type in this. He's dressed aside from the mask, he's dressed exactly like the Lone Ranger in this. But he's the Lone Ranger if he keeps messing shit up. Like, he tries helping.
He's like hapless. He's hapless through the whole thing. Like, I want to do good. I want to help people, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's like he's almost Julius from Twins. Except Julius was competent. Like, he was oblivious to a lot. Certainly fish out of water in Twins, but he was competent in what he was doing.
I wasn't even thinking of that analogy. You're right.
Yeah.
It was pretty...
In this,
yeah.
He's the Lone Ranger, but he helps an old lady across the street and she ends up getting run over and sent to the hospital. He jumps on what he thinks are runaway horses to stop them, but it turns out to be a fire wagon going to put out the brothel that's on fire. So he has to drive Ann-Margret, and then it's a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. It's Kirk Douglas is trying to destroy this wagon with giant rocks, rope, traps, and all this, and keeps
rolling boulders.
Rolling boulders.
And the painted on tunnel on the cliff.
Yeah, and so what works is how straight the actors play it.
Yeah.
Like, Kirk Douglas is great in this. Yeah. Like, Kirk Douglas, he's playing the part like he would if it was a 60s Western he starred in that was played straight. But he's falling over shit, and he has amazing comedic timing with that horse.
Yeah. Oh, God. And that horse stole the show.
Whiskey is the best character in this movie.
Totally.
Like, that horse is funny. That is a damn good comedic performance. And they are funny together, like the horse is stealing his blanket when they sleep. Like, it does the classic Looney Tunes gag where there's a cactus and you see one character pop out from the side, another here, and one is the horse peeking out from the side. The horse like goes in an outhouse and closes the door behind him.
Yeah.
They are really good together.
They really are.
And Kirk Douglas is doing a lot of his own stunts in this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of his own stunt work. He's doing all these tricks that he does with his guns and everything, but then like we'll slip up and drop it and like try to play it cool. And he's confident when he's trying to do stuff like swing rope to land on this wagon or jump on a train, but ends up like falling and getting run over, crushed in the ground. And I got a lot of really good laughs out of this.
Same.
It's not perfect.
No.
No. Like, no, it does work at being what it is. Like, you can see what the payoff of certain gags are going to be. The classic gag of painting what looks like a tunnel on the rocks, and then the wagon goes through it.
Yeah.
You know where it's going, but there is something funny about it being live action.
I know, right?
Happening.
Right. Like I was genuinely curious. Like, as I'm watching him paint the tunnel on, I'm like, how are they going to pull this off?
Yeah.
Like, in real life? And they did, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And there was even...
It wasn't bad. The execution wasn't bad.
There's even some jokes that work because the actors are just selling it.
Yeah.
Like the part where Arnold is talking about his gun. On page, you might look at it and go, what is even this joke? But they deliver it well. There are elements about it that are repetitive.
Yeah. Like the music.
So, yeah.
God.
Okay. Mel Tillis does songs in this, and he's in the movie at one point, too. He's the stuttering guy.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So, at first it is funny when, like, every character in this kind of has a song.
Yeah.
Like a Western type song.
Yeah.
And especially with how much they're bumbling on screen,
Yeah.
but they're singing about him fairly straightforward, kind of like you'd see in Blazing Saddles. Like, and so at first that was funny, but then when it kept coming back a lot,
yes,
then I was like, you're padding this out. Like, the movie does have, it's only like a 90-minute movie, and it does have some padding. Like, there are a lot of repeated things in it, a lot of times where Kirk Douglas is trying to do something with a rope, and will either hit a rock or fall on the ground. It's essentially kind of the same gag again, where I kind of wish they went for it a little more, getting even more cartoonish in some of them, of the gags, as opposed to like, okay, now he got ran over by the wagon again, or now he slammed into this boulder or whatever. Like, the first couple of times it's fine, but they kind of do that a lot.
Well, when the boulder landed on him and drove him into the ground, or the other boulder that rolled over him and flattened him, like, that wasn't cartoonish enough.
No, that was fine, because that you could isolate that itself, and it's like one gag that is different from some of the others. Yeah. There's more than once he's trying to climb or swing on a rope. Yeah. And will either miss the wagon and just fall down, or hit a rock and fall on the ground. Yeah. And sometimes it's just a scene that's there and can easily be cut out of the movie. Totally. Yeah, like, there's no start to it or no finish. It's just kind of there. You could lose it. The movie would be exactly the same. So it would do that a little too much, when I wish it was like a gag that would add on to a previous gag that we saw. But soon after that, something really hilarious would happen. Yeah. If there was something that didn't necessarily work, or maybe went on a little bit, or was maybe too much like a previous gag that you saw,
give it a minute.
They would turn it around. Yeah. And like, I would get like a really giant laugh out of maybe whatever would be in the next scene.
Agreed. Like let's speaking of good stuff in the next scene, how about whenever they're rolling into Indian County, and handsome stranger misreads it and says, "We can't stop here. We're in Indian country."
And it's literally a line in the sand that when Chief Paul Lynde is chasing them, they can't cross the line to try to attack them. And also, the movie does just end. Like, it just finishes. Yeah, which, we're done here, people. We got nothing else left. Like, and I get where their head's at, because it's not like it ends unlike a Looney Tunes cartoon you would see.
It ends exactly like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
There are bits, and it isn't just the ending. There's a lot of scenes that just kind of end, and then we cut to they're riding on their wagon like everything's normal. And so, I like that too, that Arnold is also very oblivious that she's trying to nail him through the whole movie. That was good. So it kind of ends on this Daffy Duck, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. He gets kissed and is Kirk Douglas, and he's jumping like on the roofs and everything, and it just ends. Yeah. It's like, I've seen that in cartoons before, certainly.
Right, yeah.
When it happens in a 6-minute cartoon, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, like when the Three Stooges are running away at the end of every short. When you're in a 90-minute movie, and it just ends like that. It is funny, but it does just end.
It literally just ends. Like the lights go out. Roll credits.
Yeah. We're good, folks.
Good. That's all.
Nothing
folks.
more to see here. So, like I said, it's not perfect. Not every gag works, but my God, when the gag works, they do. And they are committed to making this a cartoon. Right down to, again, yeah, like we said, the movie just wraps up at the end, but that is part of the commitment that they have to make this a 90-minute Looney Tunes cartoon.
All that was missing was the words "That's all, folks" on the screen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, literally that. I just want to go circle back and mention Whiskey. Whoever that trainer was that trained that horse, beautiful job, beautiful job. That horse, I mean, I don't know if it was, I'm sure it was mostly cues, but man, that horse was just selling that movie.
They used more than one, too.
Did they?
Yeah, I think I read that one.
Okay.
Like, they might have used like 7 horses or something like that. But no, yeah, they trained that horse good. Those reaction shots from the horse, it was a real character in this. Like, and really, really funny. Like, from just gags where it's trying to warn Kirk Douglas to get out of the barn because he's going to explode. He just kicks him out of it.
Literally
and
kicks him out.
The horse going into the bar because Kirk Douglas orders whiskey, and that's the horse's name. They were good together.
Yeah,
like,
they
were a real comedy duo.
Agreed.
Like, so I had a lot of fun watching this again. I mean, it's flawed, certainly. But it's an underrated movie, and there were 2 comedy westerns in '79. That was the same year The Frisco Kid came out. That was another really underrated western comedy. That was with Gene Wilder and Harrison Ford. Both of them would make a pretty good double feature with each other. The movie it's on YouTube for free. You could watch it on there. I looked to see if it was streaming anywhere, and I didn't see anything, but it is over on, you can watch it over on YouTube. And it's worth checking out, especially if you want to see some early Arnold, if you want to see Kirk Douglas in like a comedy western type role, but still playing it pretty straight. Just an underrated Hal Needham movie, if you're a big Hal Needham fan like I am. You'll get some laughs out of this. Yeah. I would give it... I'd give it a B+. B+. Yeah. The jokes, the gags, everything. Yeah, I wasn't bored. No, neither was I. It goes along at a pretty good pace. Again, it does reach a point where some of it can be kind of repetitive a little bit. Yeah. Where we're kind of at the same story point for a while, and it's in a bit of a circle.
Or we heard the same song for like the fifth time. Yeah. It's like, stop it!
But it'll pull you back in with some gag that does really, really work. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thanks, James Moyner, for recommending that. Be a top-tier subscriber over on our Patreon, so you also can make midnight screenings requests. Where can we find you at online?
Jared, just search Jared Foils on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter.
Excellent.
Facebook.
Heard something go off.
That was my phone.
Oh. See, he's getting subscriptions right now.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.